Hello again. So this is not really Trans Am stuff. I got it sprayed again. Last coat, I'm wet sanding, I'm getting ready to paint. But then I kind of ran into a little deal. So basically I'm gonna take a week or two teaching a kid how to do some painting, and then we're gonna paint their car. Ran into him at a car show. It's kind of a neat story. Not sure what he wants to do with his life. So I thought, well, he can build a car, so I'm gonna teach him to paint. And so what we're doing now is I'm prepping a bunch of spray out panels. And all I did with these was sand them down and prime them. So the car that we're gonna do, it's a 52 Henry J. It's kind of a gasser. Got a big 671 blown small block in it. And we are going to paint it period correct gold flake. And there's so many different. So what we're gonna try to do, I'm gonna do some samples and then we're gonna pick, and then the kid's going to do some painting on his own. So what I've got is I've got some gold that's kind of a heavy metallic. I've got silver that's a heavy metallic. We're going to use a black base, silver base, a gold base. I'm going to do a bunch of different flakes. I've got different golds. Some are a little brighter than others. Lots of silvers. And then I got a box of candy. So we're gonna shoot, I don't know, 20 different color palettes to choose from. So we'll do black base with all the metal flakes on them, gold base with all the metal flakes on them, silver base with all the metal flakes on them. And all I'm doing right now, I'm just mixing up a little bit of the gold base. This is just DB, well, that's tint. This is all, where was it? It's DBB, it's base code, and DBU, whatever it is, DBC, Deltron base code, DBC. So we're gonna spray some of that, and then it's just playtime. The spraying is just simple. We're gonna put on a couple coats and we'll go from there. I'll shoot some and we'll show you what we got. But I've got the red paint all ready for the Trans Am. But since I kind of ran into this and thought it would be fun, so we're gonna knock it out real quick, probably do it next week. And then we'll get back on the Trans Am. Motor's done already. I took all the pieces up there. Like you can see, the table's empty right there. So I took everything up, and we should be assembling and on the dyno here pretty soon. So I'll get back into that. But this is just some paint with candy, paint with flake, have some fun with it. I'll get some on there and we'll just stitch a video together. Okay, there's the gold. Here's a little bit of the silver. That's first coat. Then we'll do the black. See, it's not very well covered yet, but that is some very metallic silver. I think it's gonna look good. They're all gonna look good because it's neat, flashy, shiny. So we'll get back to it. Okay, black is done, silver's done, gold is done. We'll do this. Go have some lunch, come back, throw a little clear on there, and then we'll start doing some flake, I guess. Bye. Interesting. Silver over black. Don't even waste your time. We'll see how the candy goes. But the gold over, or silver over gold, didn't even look right. But again, candy can change a lot. So we'll play some more and then we'll figure it all out. But these are the ones I like. I really like this one on the bottom. That's just inside. Now I've still got to candy the silver ones. So I faded it thick on one end, thick to thin, just to see what we like. And then this is all the silver. And we'll put gold candy over those. But honestly, gold base paint with gold flake doesn't really hardly even need any candy. But we'll see how it turns out. It can surprise you. Okay, so I'm going to do the candy now. I did a green flake. I'll show you that in a second, just because I wanted to, maybe a car in the future. But I did a couple little test spots with some candy, just to see what I like. This one over here was Spanish gold, and it just kind of kills the flake. I don't know what it is about it, but it kind of mutes the color. Where this one, pagan gold, just lets the sparkle come through. And it does that whether it's on gold. I just actually wiped it off here, but it lets the sparkle show through. This one here, for some reason, it just kills the sparkle. So I've got let me just walk out here real quick. I kind of thought about building another car after I finish this Trans Am, and was looking at a lime green. So if this will pick up, hopefully we can see what it looks like. Kind of an odd color, but that's just the flake. It's called Centipede from Paint Huffer, and I'm going to put some lime gold candy on that, really just because I wanted to see what one might look like in the future. But I will shoot a couple coats of candy on all this stuff, and we'll see how it looks. And there's really no measuring the candy. I'm just going to put it in where I can get maybe 1 or 2 coats coverage, which will be pretty heavy. And we'll see how it turns out. All right, so I got all the candy on, and it kind of surprised me is what happened. So I'll just go through and point them out to you. And this is just a base clear, 1 coat. So I'll come back in about an hour and shoot some gloss clear on it. But silver, gold candy over silver, different kind of metal flake. This was on a black base. This was silver base. So a black base, and then just kind of spread it out a little. Same thing, black base. I did an extra coat. So 1 coat, 2 coat of candy. This is a neat one. Same thing. They're just different metallics. We'll see how they look in the sun. And this was that Centipede green with green candy. This is orange or gold candy over green flake. And then these just frickin' turned out amazing. But this is silver on silver. One coat, two coats. This was the gold base, and I thought this was, let me go around here and show. I thought this was just a beautiful color in itself, and it is, it's very gold. But as soon as you put candy on it, one coat, two coats, it just, so you go across just the gold flake and not a whole lot to it. I mean, it's beautiful. But as soon as you hit this stuff, it does some neat. Now, some gloss over that gold may make it dance the same way. We'll just have to see. But I'll know here in about an hour. So choices are actually getting harder. I mean, we wanted to try and pick something a little different than just what everybody else does, because it's going on a neat little car. And I'm not sure what we're going to do now. And how do you keep track of everything you're doing? Write it down somewhere, and I actually even write it under the tape or on the back, because you'll forget. But there's definitely a lot of choices. We'll just see how it turns out, see what they like. Okay, got two coats of clear on. This is enough. I can tell what we're going to, what it's going to look like without sanding and buffing and doing all that. I'll show you the last shot. This is with the clear, and then we'll try to pick a color for the car. Boy, that one right there, that dances. Some pretty stuff. Like I said, just a reminder, all these are just different coats of the same pagan gold candy. This was either on silver base, black base, or gold base paint. And then I used silver flake and gold flake. That's all, just different sizes. I used everything. I got it from Paint Huffer. I used big stuff 0.025 down to 0.004, and you definitely gotta keep your gun agitated. I used a 2.2 tip and had no problem with the stuff flowing out. And then it's just, I mixed the candy concentrate in the clear thick enough that one coat gives me that, two coats brings a little more orange, and you can see that here. That's one coat, that's two coats. So one coat is very gold looking, and you can tell that here too. Same thing over here. This is gold flake on a gold base. So there's the base color I used. And this was the gold flake over the base. And then one coat of gold candy, two coats of gold candy. And two coats kind of brings it orange or deep gold. You can definitely see. So one coat, or just thin it out, the same thing. Just don't use as much. And I just can't get over that one right there. That's what we were after. So now we'll get with the guy and decide what color we're going to use, and we will shoot the car, and then I'll get back to the Trans Am. But it was a nice break to be able to do something a little bit. If you wanted to see what I was actually using, it was House of Color. That was the gold, and then all of these flakes I got from Paint Huffer, and you can find them online. And they've got, I think they've got candies and things too, but they've also got some good pinstriping stuff. Stuff's pretty good. But anyway, that's all this video. Bye. So a little addendum. Pulled these out in the sun, and that changes a few things. So I'll show you and then kind of explain what my thoughts are on it. All beautiful colors, but there's one that kind of stands out to me as far as just the gold. So if you look across here, that one right there just kind of stands out. And what I like about it, no matter which angle you get at, it's gold. I mean, it's so bright you can't even look at it right there. These totally right there just dies, and all I see is black flake. Till you get up on top of it, it turns silver. Same thing on that one on the far side. It kind of changes. This stays a little sparkly, but that one, no matter what I do, it sparkles. And even in here, in the shade, it looks really good. So ones that I thought would look great, like from right this angle, which might be, you know, looking down the side of a door or something, it's just, it doesn't have the pop to it until you get up on top of it. Which is kind of a neat effect. It's gonna be a tough decision.